Zindabad.
I would now request the Honorable High Commissioner for Pakistan, His Excellency Syed Ibn Abbas Sahab, to please come forward for the welcome remarks.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Right Honorable Mark Field, Foreign and Commonwealth Office Minister of State for Asia and the Pacific. Honorable Sardar Ayaz Sadiq Sahab, Speaker, National Assembly of Pakistan. Lord Anand of Wimbledon, FCO Minister of State for the Commonwealth and the UN. MP Rahman Chishti, the UK Prime Minister's Trade and Oil for Pakistan. Honourable members of the House of Lords and MPs, members of the European Parliament, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, High Commissioners, Ambassadors, fellow British Pakistanis, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good evening. We are truly honoured with your gracious presence this evening to celebrate the Pakistan Day with us. Friends, 78 years ago, in 1940, on this day, Muslims of the subcontinent, through the famous Pakistan Resolution at Lahore, expressed their unwavering resolve to create a separate homeland for themselves. Through their relentless struggle and sacrifices under the epoch-making leadership of the founder of the nation, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the dream of a separate state of Pakistan was realized in a short span of 7 years, on 14th August 1947. Jinnah's vision of a democratic and pluralistic state remains the guiding principle of today's Pakistan. In spite of formidable challenges, Pakistan today is a modern and a moderate nation. The forward-looking development agenda of social and economic reforms introduced by our government over the past few years and the selfless sacrifices rendered by our civil and armed forces in fight against the forces of darkness and terrorists have resulted in remarkable successes. Today, democratic Pakistan, with a robust economy, fast-growing middle class, vibrant civil society, and improved security situation, is poised to become a regional economic powerhouse. This is a fact which is endorsed and acknowledged by international credit agencies and international financial institutions. To provide impetus to the promising economic turnaround, the US $62 billion China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, commonly known as CPEC, the flagship project of the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative, with its multi-dimensional development scope and connectivity potential, is not only a game changer for Pakistan, but the entire region in terms of socio-economic development and connectivity. Our development-focused approach is also reflected in our foreign policy priorities. We are committed to promote friendly relations with all nations. We seek resolution of disputes through negotiated settlement rather than the force. We believe that the cherished goal of regional trade and development can only be realized through peace and connectivity. Ladies and gentlemen, strong Pakistan-UK multifaceted relations rooted in history are manifestation of our foreign policy objectives. These relations are based upon mutual respect, trust, and commonality of interests. UK is our important development partner. Post-Brexit, we look forward to translate the strong political goodwill into reality, further boosting trade and investment ties between our two great countries. I avail this opportunity to invite the British businesses to explore the opportunities presented by the Pakistan's emerging economy to benefit from the first mover advantage. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to acknowledge with pride the valuable contributions made by over 1.2 million strong British Pakistani diaspora in the multicultural mosaic of the British society. They have invaluable role in strengthening the Pakistan-UK relations in all fields of life. In the end, I wish to thank again our chief guest for this evening, Right Honourable Mark Field, for his friendship and presence here on this most important event of our national calendar. I also wish to express my gratitude to the Honourable Speaker, National Assembly of Pakistan, Sardar Ayaz Sadiq, and Begum Ayaz Sadiq for their gracious presence this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honourable Speaker has played a crucial role in bringing our two parliaments closer through frequent parliamentary exchanges. And I'll be remiss if I do not mention here that he has the singular distinction of converting the Pakistan's parliament as the first ever 100% green parliament in the world. In the end, I thank you all for joining us this evening. Pakistan, Zindabad.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now call upon our chief guest from Pakistan this evening, Honorable Speaker, National Assembly, Sardar Ayaz Sadiq Sahab, to please come forward and address the audience.
Right Honourable Mark Field, Minister of State for Asia and the Pacific at the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, Lord Emmett of Wimbledon, Minister for State for Commonwealth and the UN at the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, Honourable Members of the British and European Parliament, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, High Commissioner, Ambassadors, High Commissioner of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Sayyid Ibn Abbas, distinguished British Pakistanis, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It seems that His Excellency, the High Commissioner and myself, we think alike, because what I was supposed to say or read out, he's already spoken that. So I will save a lot of time. I will be very brief and precise. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all guests over here on the 78th Pakistan Day. It was conceived by our founder of the nation, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, for a separate homeland. It took us a long period to establish Pakistan where it is today. We have had ups and downs, we've had difficult times, but we are trying to put our act together. We are trying to strengthen the institution of the Parliament. And basically, you will be surprised to know that this will be the second parliament in these 78 years where a civilian government will be handing over power to another civilian government. Before this has not been the case. And during the last 5 years, Parliament has taken crucial steps for democratic principles, strengthening of the institution, and in these 4.5 years, 131 bills were enacted. This is the highest number in a tenure since 1985, although you must know that most of the tenures never lasted 5 years except from 2002 onwards. As the Honorable High Commissioner did mention, yes, we have the distinction of being the first parliament in the world which has gone totally green. And this I realized when we were encountering shortage of energy. And you will also be happy to know that we have established a SDG Secretariat where we are coordinating with the provinces to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. We have also been thankful to the British Parliament for guiding us, and for the last 2 years, parliamentary courses have been introduced with the help of the British Parliament in about 27 universities of Pakistan. You must also realize that the last few years have been very critical and crucial for us. We have fought an all-out war against terrorism, and Zarb-e-Al, Ratul Fasad, and Rai-Haq have been where our armed forces, civilian forces, the parliament, the people of Pakistan got together to encounter the menace of terrorism. Ladies and gentlemen, the High Commissioner did speak of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The $62 billion investment that is coming from China is not the entire investment. There are pledges for more investment. And not only from China, but by the grace of Almighty Allah, from the other countries of the world also. And this will open a new era of economic activity in Pakistan. It has been projected that Pakistan's economy is going to be the 20th largest economy by 2030. And you will also be surprised to know that we are all set to achieving a GDP of 6% growth this year. One thing which is very close to my heart, which is connected to the history of Britain and Pakistan, is the issue of Kashmir. On this day, we cannot forget our Kashmiri brothers and sisters who continue to suffer under the occupation of the Indian forces. The international community must come forward to take notice of human rights situation in occupied Kashmir. A significant achievement which I would like to bring to your kind attention is that the first Speakers Conference on 24th of December last year, under my chairmanship in Islamabad, was attended by the Speaker of Russia, Turkey, Iran, Afghanistan, China. And all these countries unanimously called for resolving the Kashmir dispute as per the UN resolution. This is for the first time that Russia too added its voice for addressing this 7-decade-old conflict. Pakistan earnestly hope that UK will also play its role in the light of the fact that Kashmir remains an unfinished agenda of the 1947 partition plan. This is also important because Pakistan and UK enjoy excellent bilateral relations, and these relations are based not only on shared history but our shared vision of the future. Ladies and gentlemen, there are about 120 British companies working in Pakistan, and there is interest of more coming in. And as my friend Mr. Rahman Chishti, MP, who must be here, that is what I hear, he has already visited Pakistan thrice with delegations having keen interest of investing in Pakistan. I would also like to invite the British Pakistanis also to visit Pakistan and see for themselves that we have been able to counter terrorism, we have been able to overtake that, and the investment opportunities that are available in Pakistan. I thank you all for taking out time for attending this reception. Pakistan Zindabad.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now request our chief guest from the United Kingdom this evening, Right Honourable Mark Field, Minister of State for Asia and the Pacific at the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, to kindly come forward for his remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, High Commissioner, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. I am truly delighted to be here to celebrate Pakistan's National Day with you in such splendid surroundings, not least with my good friend and ministerial colleague, Tariq Ahmed, Lord Ahmed of Wimbledon. Today, I think, is an appropriate moment to remember the founding ideals of Pakistan, set out so eloquently by those two giants of the independent movement, Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Allama Muhammad Iqbal. Their shared vision for Pakistan of an independent, democratic state, a country where men and women are equal, free to express themselves and practice their religion, a country at peace with their neighbours. That vision is one that rightly continues to inspire millions of Pakistanis to this day. But today is also, as has rightly been pointed out by the other speakers, a tremendous opportunity to celebrate the extraordinary and evolving ties between our two countries. Ties that I think are stronger today than they have ever been before, not least amongst our people and amongst the 1.2 million Pakistani diaspora. The huge crowd here tonight is, I think, a testament to that closest of bonds. Britons of Pakistani origin make, and I know will continue to make, an enormous contribution in all areas of UK life. From politics to pop music, from art to academia, from finance to football, and naturally, from commerce to cricket. And I only hope that the New Zealand High Commissioner is not here today. I personally will be looking for a Maori rain dance for the next 3 days down in Auckland. But listen, I know all of this from first hand, from my own constituency work here in the cities of London and Westminster, and of course in the House of Commons, where a record 12 members of Parliament of Pakistani origin took up their seats last June. It's a record I know it will surely be surpassed once more at the next general election. Now, as Pakistan holds its own general election later this year, I believe this was an opportunity to cement democracy as one of the fundamental building blocks of a modern and prosperous society. The strength and diversity of our diaspora is one thing that I really will hope to celebrate in the run-up to the Commonwealth Summit that takes place here in London next month. Because these human connections are a key part of what makes the Commonwealth so very special. Now, our ambition for this summit is to revitalise the organisation, to make it a truly influential and relevant player on the world stage in the decades to come, able to play its part in tackling some of the biggest challenges of our time, from climate change and the environment to poverty and inequality. These ties between our people really are those that underpin our relationship, something that I think is highlighted by the sheer number of visits that take place in both directions. I have to say, last year I was among 1.5 million people who made the journey in one way or another. In November I visited Islamabad, Rawalpindi and Mardan in KP, and I was treated to some of the legendary Pakistani hospitality. But I was also impressed by the sight of Pakistan's young cricketers using every spare piece of ground to hone their skills. I fear they will come in very handy later this year when they tour here in the UK. But what impressed me most, of course, is the country's enormous potential. The British government, and I know all of you in all of your roles, are very firmly committed to supporting Pakistan in realising the best of that potential. Our High Commissioner in Islamabad, Tom Drew, runs our second largest diplomatic mission in the world, and from it, DFID runs our largest single bilateral development programme anywhere in the globe. Education is crucial, and to quote Muhammad al-Jinnah, without education, it is complete darkness, and with education, it is light. And I have to say, as a London MP, I see this with the quite large Pakistani diaspora in my own constituency. Many have come to this country with very few qualifications, but all know for their own children that education is the ladder to opportunity for the future. And that is, I think, why the British Council is so active in opening libraries in both Lahore and Karachi, and is committed to training 1/3 teachers across the country by 2020, which I believe will benefit countless millions of students in the Pakistani public education system. It's why also we are bringing 65 Pakistani students to the UK this year to study at top British universities under our prestigious Achieving Scholarship Scheme. There's no doubt Pakistan has all the ingredients to become an economic and trading powerhouse, as has been referred to earlier on. We enjoy a very close trading relationship with significant growth in the value of both goods and increasingly services, such as that in the tech and fintech sphere. And I hope that we will continue to grow that trade even more in the future once we have left the European Union. Let me conclude by saying this. I personally value very close and enduring friendship between our two countries, particularly strong friendship and honest and open relationship that I have with the High Commissioner, as applies to other High Commissioners and Ambassadors in this room today. And may I say this on behalf of the UK Government. May I offer my warmest congratulations and my very best wishes to all of the people of Pakistan and to the British Pakistani community on this, your very special National Day. Thank you.
Thank you for the kind words, sir. With this, ladies and gentlemen, the formal part of our program comes to an end. On behalf of the High Commission, I would like to thank you all for joining us on this auspicious occasion. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. Allah Hafiz. Long live Pakistan and long live Pakistan-UK relations.